This video is going to show you how to draw a ray diagram for a convex mirror. We know it's a convex mirror because our mirror here is curved outwards, and the outside of the mirror would be on the left side and the inside of the mirror would be on the right side. Now notice the difference between this diagram and the one for the concave mirror. We have our focus now on the inside of the mirror as well as the center of curvature. So this will change things up a little bit. Once again, you want to follow the same rules as you did for the concave mirrors, where you're going to do it a ray from the top of the object to the center, as well as a ray that is going parallel to the principal axis and through the focus, and then finally a ray that is going to go through the focus and parallel to the principal axis. The execution is a little different because it's a convex mirror, so we have to be a bit more careful, and remember that any lines that extend backwards into this mirror must be dashed. So I'm going to start out with going from the top of the object to the center of curvature. Now remember, it might look like the light is traveling into the mirror, but it's not. It's reflecting off. So I can only extend this line from the top of the object to the mirror itself before I have to stop it. Notice how I did line it up though, however, with my center of curvature right here. Now this is going to bounce back upon itself like it had before. And so I can extend it a bit backwards and draw my arrowhead facing both ways. Now I'll be doing my line going parallel to the principal axis and hitting the mirror. Don't forget your arrowhead, and if it's going parallel to the principal axis, it will reflect off, lined up with the focus. It's a little different again because our focus is inside of the mirror, so all you have to do is line up your ruler with the focus and where the ray bounced off the mirror, and draw your line outside the mirror only. Notice how I'm not extending it down into this focus. So all of our light rays thus far have been shown outside the mirror. So we've got our center bouncing back on itself, and we have our parallel and through to from the focus. Our last line is lined up with the focus and then extending parallel. So I'll go from the top of my object, have it lined up with the focus point, and have our ray bounce off the mirror parallel to the principal axis. So those are my three lines. And notice I've drawn them, but none of them have extended into my mirror just yet. Now I can't seem to find anywhere where these lines are going to be crossing and creating an image, so I will extend all the reflected lines into the inside of the mirror. Once again, they must be dotted, and you do not need arrowheads for these. So starting with my center line, I will extend that backwards into the mirror. And then my parallel to the focus line. The focus is the one that's being reflected. So once again, that will extend backwards. And finally, your focus to parallel. The parallel line here is what is bouncing off the mirror. So that is the line I will extend backwards. And where these lines meet up will be the top of my object. Oh, sorry, the top of my image of the object. Right there. So I'll draw the top of my arrowhead. And remember, the bottom is always on the principal axis, so that's how you get your orientation. And there's my image, based on the object outside of the mirror. Now we have to do our salt. So the size of my image is going to be smaller than the object. The attitude will be upright. The location is inside of the mirror. And the type of image, if it is inside of the mirror, then it will be a virtual image. All right, so try a few out for yourself, and remember, when you're doing your 3 lines, you can line up using the focus in the center, but you shouldn't be extending any of your solid lines beyond the mirror until they've been drawn. And once you're extending them backwards, only extend the reflected lines and use dashed lines to show that it's behind the mirror. Good luck!